in the hills of Virginia, where touching the Hokie Stone means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer, and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Virginia Tech Hokies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Hokies will kick it away to start. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Wolfpack offense comes out to get things started in this one. And here he comes, a man who epitomizes the phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
Afterburners coming. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Dropping back, it's McCall. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Open space at the 25. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. From the red zone, looking for a man. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
They get him down, tough run, picks up 4, they'll mark it at the 19. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment.
Touchdown, NC State! A great catch and run for 6. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Hokies offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways and how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them. They'll throw screens. They'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Well, and the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
He wants to throw. He finds his man. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. on the run. It's Tootin.
And this brings up a third down and an identical situation, right? Like, do I want to be physical? Do I want to run the football? Do I maybe want to take a shot? It's always interesting. These situations in football always come down to aggressiveness. How aggressive do you want to be? Because, Palmer, you kind of know what kind of coverage you're going to get.
Yeah, and I think for this running back, too, knowing him, he's just super competitive. He's going to want an opportunity to get another crack at this right now and really sort of get himself lathered up into the rhythm of this game. I give him another shot toting the rock here on third.
Pocket starts to collapse. Moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Give that guy a lot of credit, man. He was able to somehow avoid that sack, but nobody open downfield, throws it away.
Looking for a man. It's Drones. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. If the Hokies can keep this up in the passing game, that'll make them touch that Hokie stone with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah, it'll get them jacked up. It'll get excited. A lot of times with Virginia Tech, man, we've seen it. It's the defense. It's the special teams. But they can get that QB throwing the ball down the field and create some balance. It's when they have their best teams.
The Hokies have it with a 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Bought a little time, lets it go. With the catch, it's Lane. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Running back goes in motion. Wants to pass. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies. He'll try to tack on one more. Splits those uprights right in half. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest. What a snag by the defense. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
You can tell that the quarterback didn't do a good job with his eyes. You got to look people off. You got to make sure you move those safeties with your eyes by opening up or pump faking one direction. He didn't do a good job there. The safety capitalized.
A shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the offense on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give out of the gun. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. How about these two running games so far? It's dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Dropping back, it's McCall. And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they can put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He's looking for a man on second down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're throwing for it on fourth down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the running back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. It's complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And the defense, got him at the 27.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Arizona.
He'll start this drive firing.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Drones. Fires to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Looking to pass on second down. Buys a little time. Going to try to get it himself. Turns it on at midfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Brought over the middle. It's Tootin. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Going up top on first down. It's caught downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but they're in the red zone at the 14. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it. Touchdown, Hokies! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, Dave, and hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. To the air, it's McCall. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. He wants to pass it on second down. Got his man downfield. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. And that one's too high and too wide, out of bounds and incomplete.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
Feeling some heat. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that one. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to throw, it's Drones. He's got it down the middle. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a great one today from there in Blacksburg. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. but really this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to one of the best home field advantages in football, Lane Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. North Carolina State will kick it off to open the third quarter. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Line gets set, first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. On the ground, it's Tootin. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And here comes the offense on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
QB overthrowing an open guy like that, that is just a kick in the gut for this team.
Here they come to try it again on 2nd and 10 from the 29. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Nothing but green ahead. And a big play there on the option. The pitch was executed perfectly.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here. And I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. 3rd and goal coming up here. They'll try the run. And tackled there by the defense.
Interesting decision here if you're the head coach. Just tried to run it on 3rd down, no can do. You've got the touchdown lead, but you really could make a statement. You could really seize a lot of...
And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Back to... It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Get it out on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down or else they are really in trouble. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. He gets a block. Can they catch him? Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Plummer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls fall incomplete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up third and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Touchdown, Hokie! And the pummeling has started. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And he tacks on the extra point. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. You've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Back to throw. It's McCall. Looking to the big tight end. Finds space on the right. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on first down and couldn't pull it off. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. The give to the right. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down a lot.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll take a shot. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw, it's Drones. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. New set of downs after that completion. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have...
The 21-yard line.
He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and in winning late like this in the ballgame, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
And the Hokies want to pick up the tempo. He looks that one in nicely. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And if you're the offense here, after not getting in that last play, do you feel like you've got something in your back pocket where you can throw it in the end zone and guarantee a score? You would hate to waste this opportunity and come away with no points, but the defense right now, they are playing stiff with their backs up against the wall.
Shadow of the goalpost looming, 1st and 10 from their own 1, just looking for breathing room. From his end zone, needs to be careful here. Using the quick game. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's McCall. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41? Now on second down.
Well, and here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
It's third down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. They're going to throw it again. Quickly complete. third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. He's looking to throw it. And that is interception number 3 on the day. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be.
He's loose. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And the stomping has commenced. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David, but I'll say this. If you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Right on target this time. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's McCall. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing.
Grabs it inside the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. A first down for the offense. He's going to pass. Unloads it left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Gets it out fast. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll bring it back. It's Keith. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. A little sports history, David. Upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset. This team was unranked, beat a ranked team. But you went out and got your respect. You gained it now. Let's build on this throughout the season. 1 win, great win. Now let's go ahead and build some momentum in the future.
Reese, some might say you're not a one-trick pony with that reference. And obviously, this was the team, the unranked team, that had the horses to get this thing done. Too much firepower, just too much explosiveness on offense, great defense. What a tremendous win.
That's going to do it